Week 5 of electric football in the year 2019, and what a week of games last week, man. The Bucks and Rams game back and forth till the end, and the Buccaneers suddenly find an offense, but both teams leave their defenses home. Jags, Broncos score. The fans are already drinking their orange crush. The Gardner Minshew Express comes down to win the game. Great. Chiefs Lions down to the wire. Lions played a great game. Definitely stepped up. Chiefs come through. Mahomes has an average day, but somehow wins the game. And of course, the Packers Eagles last Thursday. Just a fun game to watch, and I just want to express that to everyone.
There was doubt that Gardner Minshew was going to be able to do that, but was there doubt that Mahomes was going to be able to do that?
The day he was having, I had doubts. He was not.
I know, but that's what great quarterbacks do at the very end. Tom Brady, your man Tom Brady's the same way.
Yep.
Even if they're having a bad day, at the very end they go, "Oh, excuse my language here, folks. Cover the kids' ears. Oh, fuck that. I'm winning this game." And they go and they fucking win the game. And you know who doesn't do that? Rhymes with doesn't. Cousins.
Oh. Anyway, Rams-Hawks. Thursday night football, and it's a decent one.
As Stu talked about, it was a great game, but the Rams defense fell the hell apart. Just fell apart. I don't expect that to happen again. Jadeveon Clowney with the play of the day, the pick and then outrunning Sweezy for the touchdown. I know I went against the Hawks last week, and I now regret it. But I think that the veterans on the Rams D, the Clay Matthews and, of course, Aaron Donald, are going to have some meetings this week and say, oh, no, oh, hell no, we don't let 55 go up on us. We're a different team. And I think they're going to play a much better game on Thursday night. Question is, how healthy is Todd Gurley? I'm hearing bone on bone in the knee, and that's why they're.
Of course, he's my fantasy running back.
That's why they're limiting him.
I hear they're belong at football.
I hear they're limiting him because of Stu's pick.
Probably.
But if they can get Gurley going early, especially
early.
Go early.
Nobody else is going to get this, but Mary Marshall Gurley. It's from a college thing. Anyway, I'll take the Rams.
All right. Statistically, the Hawks have the better defense, but that's because what happened on Sunday with the Rams. Obviously, they had a shit day. I don't think that happens twice. The Hawks, I think, have a better chance to win because they're really playing well. They're even winning on the road, which is unusual for them. But my heart says the Rams this week to bounce back after a horrid performance.
The Rams are mad, real mad, madder than they were in February. That shouldn't have happened. I can't believe that happened, and it's just proving the any given Sunday premise that we got, from that movie of the same name, that anybody can beat anybody, lose to a bad team one week and then beat a supposedly good team the next week.
That's why they play
Not
the games.
really sure. That's why we play the games. That's why we watch them. That's why we talk about it. I think the Rams are pissed off. They better be pissed off because last Sunday they got pissed on. Rams.
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Last week really flipped the script on a lot of the ways I felt about a lot of teams. It was like you feel like, all right, 3 weeks in, you feel like you got a good sense for these teams, and then like watching the Lions go toe to toe with the Chiefs, or watching the Bills do what they did, you go, okay, maybe I'm wrong about these teams. Which brings us to a cat fight between the Jags and the Panthers.
That's bird fight.
Both teams eked out. Cat bird, it's the same.
Cats for cats.
Both eked out wins. And both are playing behind amazingly good backups. So you got Minshew and you got Allen.
Yep.
Like, taking away jobs, Like, this is the year of the backup QB, evidently. You got Jalen Ramsey on the side with a hoodie. He didn't get traded today or anything, did he?
Not that I've heard. No, sir.
You would think that there's going to become a resolution to that fairly soon. But I like Carolina to be able to focus its defense on stopping Fournette, who carried them last week with
245 yards. That's why I won the week, baby.
So Gurley let him down, but Fournette carried him. But I think McCaffrey being the more versatile weapon and Carolina being at home gives them a slight advantage in this. I'm taking Carolina.
All right, I'm going to go the opposite way here. Minshew has just been excellent. I don't have enough of a look at Kyle Allen yet to really go in his favor. Panthers beat Houston on the road. That was a huge win for this Panthers team because they're not as good as what the Houston was supposed to be. Houston's doing Houston, falling apart as usual. Ramsey's still on the sideline for the Jags, and it's tough to pick them here. It's the battle of the unknown quarterbacks. I just like Minshew better, and I'm going to take the 3.5. Jags.
Timmy Tim.
I'm going to go Jags, too. I'll be honest with you. I don't know much about the Panthers. They're usually not too much in the news when it comes to football. So I'm pretty sure that they're a team of nobodies that I don't have any faith in. So I'm definitely going Jags.
All right. The
All
team that he does have some faith in, the Pats
I'll let you start.
at Washington. Go nuts, Tim.
All right. After the last, 96 hours where we came back from Buffalo a little shaken, not stirred, I'm not really sure that these Skins are going to be easy to roll over. I think you're going to see a very strong defensive battle. I don't think they're going to score more than 40 points between the two of them.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Patriots are going to
Yeah.
score more than 40.
No, I don't think the Patriots are going to score more than 24.
Wow.
Haskins is the Washington quarterback. He looked like absolute garbage the other day. I am taking the Pats, and I'm giving the 15.5. Washington's going to get killed on this.
I think that the Pats will win, but not by a lot.
Yeah.
I'm actually with Stu on this. Dwayne Haskins or Case Keenum, it's really not going to make a difference. Your defense has been amazing this year. What have they given up? 1 touchdown?
Yep.
7 points.
Yeah, I mean, you can't
Miracle.
ask for better than that. My God, everyone's talking about the Bears' defense might be one of the best ever, but the Patriots every year I don't know how they do this, but they go under the radar. Like Kyle Van Noy, the guy's amazing, but like, is he talked about as one of the great linebackers
No,
in
they
the
don't
NFL?
talk about their defense at all because he can't name other guys.
But
The rest of the NFL can't name a guy.
Because it's the brotherhood of the line that gets it done,
There are no
which
names.
is a goofy thing to call it.
Can't have that name.
You have a bunch of like asterisks and anonymous.
That's what Belichick does.
okay, but
That's
but
the beauty of the Patriots.
that is part of. I mean, as much as I'm not a Patriots fan, you got to say that they managed to not let their guys get overhyped and get big heads and go out and like look for contracts or get overrated and get picked up by another team like Kirk Cousins.
Or Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, all right.
so there you go. So I like the Patriots. I like the Patriots big here. They had a tough game against a very, very tough Bills team, and
Bills
now,
are a good team. Way to go, Buffalo.
right.
And it's a
Fan
second
base
road
is junk,
game.
but your team is good.
And now they get a breath and they go, okay, we're going against a crappy Washington team with a quarterback that threw, 2-3 interceptions in 3 quarters of a game. Speaking of the Bills, we've got Bills at the Titans. Who wants to go first with this one?
All right, I'll take it. So the Titans seem to finally put all the pieces together here. The Bills are without Josh Allen from what I know thus far. I'm not quite sure. But I like the Bills getting 3.5. But the Titans are going to win. So take the Bills getting the 3.5. Titans win by 2. Matt Barkley is the quarterback for Buffalo now.
Yes.
Do I have that much faith in Matt Barkley after how long was he in the league? 10 years? I mean, USC, right? 10 years ago? 12
Chase
years ago?
Daniels was in for 11, never played a damn game as far as I know.
Yeah.
Ripped us to
Well,
shreds.
Barkley was on 9 teams previous.
Titans to win, Bills to cover.
Yeah, I love Stu's pick there because the Bills' defense is going to keep this close.
Yep.
And I'm actually taking the Bills to win this game. I think they can wear them down. I got to do this real quick. Dawson Knox, the Bills' tight end, has impressed me. And I didn't realize this, but Frank Gore is going to start his 200th game at running back. And only one other running back has done that. That's Emmitt Smith. Gore is now at 15,021 yards and 79 TDs. The next closest yardage-wise is Adrian Peterson at 13,408. Now, he's got 107 TDs, so the end zone stopped him an awful lot.
Yeah.
And you got LaShawn McCoy at 10,820 and about 71 TDs. So it's really impressive. Speaking of guys under the radar, it's really fucking impressive what Frank Gore has done.
I was sorry to lose him in Miami.
There you go. So, a guy that's, some would call him a compiler, not the greatest running back at any particular time of his career, but damn, that is a
Damn
hell of a
consistent.
career.
That's consistent.
So, if I'm the Bills, I rely on my defense to give me a short field. I rely on Frank Gore to grind out some yardage. I rely on some Hauschka kicks, and I think they could actually win this. But I do agree with Stu; they'll at least cover.
Bills are due. I mean, look what happened last week. I think even Barkley, will be able to hand off to Gore. He doesn't have to throw it to him. He just has to stick it out.
Here's
there
the ball.
it is. There it is. All right. Gore's great. He's the only Gore that understands the difference between global warming and climate change. Then there's Leslie Gore. Or
Yes.
Vidal Gore. Gore Vidal. Anyways.
A lot of Gores. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Very
it was. That
goalie.
was very good.
Anyways.
Go run them with the
Hornerfield.
Bills.
The thing is the Bills, I think they're a much better built team. And I think you're going to see the parts of their team stand up. Quarterbacks are interchangeable.
I'm keeping my picks this week.
Little peek behind the scenes. Both Stu and I do notes. Tim is all extemporaneous. That Gore stuff is just off the top of his head. So
What about here where the part is?
I'm
I
lost.
got a new haircut.
You
so
took
I
the
think
Bills, right?
I took the Bills to cover the Titans to win.
Okay, there we go. And then we move on to Ravens at Steelers, and this became a very tough call after the Steelers' domination and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
Will you guide my slate? Will you guide my team tonight? He had like 17 passes in a row that were
without a contract signed.
I mean, oh my God! And the Steelers' defense was all over Dalton. What, they had 8 sacks?
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Going into last week, I would have said, "Oh, easy call, Ravens. They run all over them, blah blah blah." Now it's a tough call. I'm going to call this for the Ravens. I like Lamar Jackson's elusiveness to avoid that kind of pressure, but it's going to be 1 point either way. But I'm taking the Ravens on the road.
All right. Rudolph is getting more confident, and that helps a very good running game. James Conner and Siemens is the second guy who also had some good runs for Pittsburgh. Also good in the passing game. T.J. Watt is looking J.J.-like, in my opinion. He was in the backfield a lot the other
He's
night.
a good player. Has been since Wisconsin.
Still, I like the Ravens' offense right now and the confidence of Lamar Jackson better than I like Mason Rudolph. I'm taking the Ravens.
I'm with you.
Steelers are about 2 games away from clicking as a team now that Big Ben is in the I can't lift my left arm ward of whatever hospitals in Pittsburgh. I think you're going to see a close
Miller.
game.
Heinz
Heinz,
Ketchup Hospital.
he's in the Heinz Ward.
Heinz in France.
Heinz
Ward.
that was beautiful.
You saw it here first, folks.
Wow. Doesn't get any better than this.
That was
Actually, it does.
We're going to mark this
never
to
there.
watch this
Yeah.
at 12:51.
Hell yeah.
one of Stu's best.
Indeed. Yeah, I think the Steelers are almost to the point where they're functioning as they should against whoever is on the other side of the ball. And that's all there is to it.
All right. Worst game of the week, Cardinals-Bengals.
I'm going Cardinals again. Damn it, because the Bengals look so bad and because I want to pick the one Cardinals win of the year. I'm going Cardinals.
Didn't you say that last
Wow.
week?
I did, and I'm doing it again. I'm doubling down.
The
Double or nothing, baby.
The Bengals seem to be tanking by accident. Mixon and Ross can do some damage here, though. God, I hate Cincinnati, but I'm taking them.
I can see that.
Well, the last guy named Dalton to win was in Roadhouse, and he was fucking fictional. I really think that Cincinnati thinks they're Cleveland this year, and they're both from Ohio, so fuck them. I think they're just horrible. Super Ginger, he can't throw the ball.
He's terrible.
He's horrible.
I've been
I'm a
saying
better
that since we
quarterback
started
than him,
this
and I
show.
don't even know how to lace up my cleats.
Lace is right.
Laces out, Dan.
With the underalls?
Lacy
Ooh.
underalls. It's a night here, man.
How'd you like to mow my lawn?
So who are you taking?
Did you make a pick?
Not
yet?
Cleveland.
Because it's good. It's Cincinnati and the Cardinals. Who are you taking?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the problem. Is the Bengals are so bad. I keep thinking they're the Browns. That's my point. So yeah, not the Bengals.
Cardinals.
There's a reason Tigers are almost extinct.
2-1.
Okay.
Two for the Cardinals.
All right.
Falcons at the Texans, and the Texans let me down, but the Falcons just lack physicality on both sides of the ball, and if you get pushed off the line, you lose. Also, if Matt Ryan is going to fall back and try and throw 55 times, 53 times, whatever he did last week, Merciless and Watt are going to get to him, and they're going to change the game. I take Houston at home to win. Stu.
I'm just taking an angry Deshaun over ice. The Falcons just look done to me.
Yeah,
That I got nothing to say about it.
Who's the Falcons quarterback?
Matt Ryan.
Who's their coach?
That's
That guy.
Yeah, Smith.
You know who coaches him? No, it's
Quinn.
not Mike Smith anymore.
Quinn,
The Eskimo.
but not for long.
We're going with that guy. I was going with the generic.
I know that was really cute. Falcons are, dude, forget about
They're
it.
dirty
They should be
birds.
called the Phoenixes because they're just a smoking ruin of a team that almost did it once.
That won't rise.
That won't rise exactly. I see a lot of ash and smoke, but I don't see a
Which is a
bird
Civil
coming out
War
of this
reference as well.
We blew the biggest lead ever in the Super Bowl, and now we're toast.
Shit. All right, well, yeah, Blue Leaf.
It's a long name. Plus, I don't know what the logo would be on the side of your helmet.
Just a big finger.
No, it's a
Wind
fan going
blowing.
like this
It'd be a,
and smashing a TV.
frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, Best Buy sold
Atlanta
more
will
TVs the next
fall.
day in Atlanta than ever.
So it's Tim made a pick.
Yes, I did.
Texans?
Texas.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Bucks at Saints, and this has turned out to be a great game. Saints may have exposed the Cowboys a little bit, and perhaps I buried Jameis Winston a little too early because he is playing football,
I want to eat a win.
and
Yum,
he's
yum,
got
yum.
some big boy wide receivers out
Yeah,
there,
he
and
does.
Godwin and Evans. He's got some big boy tight ends, and O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate.
And they got a running game when they play well.
I like the Saints' defensive backs. I think they're a talented team with Lattimore and everything like that, but I don't think anybody matches up against, 5 or 6 6'5" guys that can run and catch. I'm taking the Bucks on the road.
Yeah, this comes down to the Bucks offensive line, and I think they have some confidence now. It was a huge win last week. Their defense was garbage, but they're not playing the guy that used to play for New Orleans. Oh, Drew Brees.
That little Drew Brees.
They are playing Teddy Bridgewater nonetheless, who is a good quarterback.
In a nice town in New Jersey.
I wish I had him.
I come in with that confidence. 4 field goals against Dallas tells me your offense isn't really that good. 55 points against the Rams tells me you've got a lot of talent on that team. I think it translates to another win because I don't think the Saints D is as good as the Rams D. I am taking your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh, wow. Bold words. Statement.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for them.
He has no balls.
Dodgeball.
Tim?
I don't think the Buccaneers can win 2 games in a row. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, and sorry, Rupert.
Rupert.
Fuck the Bucks, okay?
Robert Wood.
No, seriously, I don't think you're going to see anything good come out of
One of our
Tampa
friends
Bay.
will call Rupert.
I've
Oh,
lost track of what's going on here.
It's a train wreck. You got to hang around here more often on a Friday night.
I know.
It gets worse.
It gets better and worse at the same time.
So, Tim,
A lot of fake beards.
who do we got?
I'm saying that Tampa Bay is going to lose by 11 points.
All right, we've got Vikings at Giants, and Cousins is now 4-27 against teams with winning records. He's now 10-9-1 as a Viking, and you have to remember that is with a great defense, it is with great skill position players, and it is with an improved offensive line. Though you wouldn't have known that when I was sitting around with Luke and he was laughing his ass off. I told you Khalil Mack was going to get in there, strip sack, and win the game. Early on, we had a chance with our own strip sack, but guess what? Penalty. And then Cousins overthrows a wide open Adam Thielen. Sure touchdown. We're done. Just done. But our D is good enough
I woke up.
that we can beat Daniel Jones and a Saquon Barkley-less Giants. I'm taking the Vikings to win on the road and still give me some hope for the season. But $84 million for 10-9-1. Oh, by the way, it was lovely to see
played
Laquan
bingo?
Treadwell back there and do nothing. Did we really? We got rid of Laquan Treadwell, just a wasted first-round pick, and then BB goes down and we go, let's bring back Laquan. And I get it. I just spit on Stu. I'm sorry about that. I get it because he knows the offense. But holy crap, there are guys you just need to cut bait with, and watch him out there again doing nothing was just, it was galling. But I'm still paying the Vikings, Stu.
Very passionate. I'll just say that I hate picking teams on their second road game,
That
which are the Vikings. I'm just taking the Giants because you did a nice rant.
Tim?
Well, first of all, let me just give this slow sarcastic clap to the land of the Giants. Your backup quarterback won 2 games in a row. Terrific. Great.
There you go, folks.
All right.
Right out the
I'm
nose.
guessing Vikings.
Yes, Vikings.
Did you lose?
Yeah,
or
you
something?
gotta finish the picks, Tim. Finish it.
Vikings.
Speaking of finishing things,
2 touchdowns.
Bears at London against the Raiders.
Let's talk about Vontaze Burfict real quick.
Ow!
Can we all just do something?
Should he just be out of the league?
Fuck
Yeah.
you, Vontaze.
Just get out of the league.
I mean,
the
if-
NFL has to stop this guy.
If you've watched us long enough, we were talking about Burfict when he was with the Bengals. The guy's a thug. Did I think this was his worst hit ever? No, I don't, but it's his resume. His resume says, I try and cripple Antonio Brown. I try and cripple
Yeah.
Jack Doyle. I push referees. I take PEDs. There does come a point where you have to go, it's enough. Once when I was working, we had a guy stealing stuff from us, and they arrested him. It was his 36th arrest on his 36th birthday. I feel that way about Burfict. It's like,
Happy birthday.
yeah, happy
Go to
birthday.
jail.
He's got a speech impediment.
I mean, he had a freaking parking spot at the jail. Come on, there's a point where you go, enough is enough. And Gruden making him a captain. Holy crap! Was Antonio Brown the captain on the offense and Burfict the captain on the defense?
Practice makes
Gruden,
perfect.
The
you're
Dread Pirate Roberts.
doomed because of these things. Are you talking about Silk Road? Oh my
No.
God, we're going in different
No,
directions.
no.
I know,
Princess Bride.
I know, but the Silk Road guy took the Princess Bride thing and named himself Dread Pirate Roberts, and then he was selling hitmen for bitcoins. Study the history of the
Stay
internet.
away from Bitcoin.
Ow! Werewolves of London. Mac is coming for revenge. They traded away one of the greatest players of all time, and he has a chance on a big stage, international stage, to go get payback. Don't think that that isn't going to happen. And I do want to know what the hell is going on with Roquan Smith. But a hell of a defense, even without him, even without Akeem Hicks, they beat the shit out of the Vikings. I mean, beat the shit out of the Vikings. So I'm taking Bears easy, and I think Mac has 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a pickoff, and I think he rips Derek Carr's head off.
The Bears.
The Bears by a zip code.
Over the pond we come back to the Jets and Philadelphia.
Somebody-
It's the Adam Gase show.
Somebody else start.
It's Adam Gase, for God's sake. This guy, I talk about him every week because I can't believe the Jets picked him up. The Eagles are coming back after an absolute surprising, to me, win against the Green Bay Packers. I am not going against the Eagles now. They can come back into the NFC East and gain some traction with the Cowboys' loss. This is a team they should murder. I believe green on green is going to be the crime. I am taking the Eagles.
Tim?
Slippery telephone poles versus burning dumpsters. Telephone poles win every time. Eagles.
Yeah, I like the Eagles here too. They've played better than their record shows. A couple of drops, kept them from wins. They only got a win because once again, a rookie coach is afraid to run the ball on the goal line.
Mhm.
Like LaFleur and
LaFleur. We're back to dodgeball.
and Kitchens, like get. Oh, is that a dodgeball reference?
Peter LaFleur.
Get the memo. Like you don't have, if you're on the 1 yard line, you don't have to pass 4 times. Trust your running back every once in a while.
That's Aaron Rodgers owning that team.
The big question.
Yep.
The big question here in New York, New Jersey is like, are they going to put Darnold out there with a giant spleen and risk it being ruptured?
No.
Or are they going to no? But they're talking
It's
about
bigger, it's
they're
easier
going
to
to on Friday they're going to have him reassessed, and they say it's going to be a Sunday decision, which is nuts.
As
It's-
a Dolphins fan, please do.
No, please don't. I mean, this you're talking about a man's life.
That's
if his
right, draft
spleen
Again, it's the
goes.
Jets. I hate the Jets.
So
Oh.
Eagles easily in this one. Broncos at Chargers. Tim, go ahead, start us off.
All right. Oh, man, where to begin? Broncos are a crumbling facade of a former awesomeness. Chargers are an also ran, never was organization. I wish they both could lose, so I'm going to say they're probably going to tie, scoreless tie.
Divisional game. The Broncos lost one to the Mustache. I think that's a huge loss for them. Now they go on the road to face the Hitch, but they lost Chubb on defense. I think that's
They
big.
have no Chubby, Cotton.
But they get Gordon back this week. Does that make a big difference? I mean, he hasn't really practiced for months, but they say he's in shape. I think the Chargers are just a little better, and, you know, they should win by one. It's a divisional game. They're home. They win.
0-4 Broncos on the road, coming off a loss where all they needed was a defensive stand, losing their second best defensive player in Chubb, like Stu said. When you without your Chubby, you're in trouble.
Trust me.
That's believe me, I know. So I don't think Melvin Gordon makes a big difference because Eckler has played well, Keenan Allen has played well. I was on the Chargers. If you watch the first show
You were
again,
on the Chargers?
I was on the Chargers.
I didn't know that.
Me and Don Allworth.
Don Knotts.
What the hell was his name?
Lance
Allworth. I was the other side. I was the possession receiver.
No one ever talked about Steve Brown.
Yeah, opposite Lance Bambi Allworth. So, I was on the Chargers bandwagon at the start of this season. I do think that they are a talented team. They have not lived up to my expectations. But, everything is against the Broncos here. I'm taking the Chargers easy. Packers at Cowboys, and I'm going to take this one.
Are you going to give him a pick?
I said a pick.
He did
Oh, I'm
pick.
sorry.
Yeah, 0-0.
Oh, right. I'm
He
sorry.
started.
My apologies.
Packers at Cowboys, and I want this one. Were the Cowboys exposed as a fraud because they had the weakest start for the first 3 seasons, or the first 3 weeks? I think they were. I like the Packers in this one. I like the Packers D to shut down Ezekiel Elliott, force Dak to beat them. I don't know that he can. Cooper has not been putting up the numbers you would have expected. Sorry, go into the back here for 1 second. I was unaware that
Page 2.
honest to God, I was unaware that Tony Gonzalez was number 2 in receptions.
Mm-hmm.
All time?
All time.
Keegan.
And Fitzgerald passed him last week.
Really?
Thank you, Larry.
I know.
You're a great ball player and a good guy.
There-
Why didn't you play some?
Oh, we love Larry Fitzgerald.
Big
So-
love for Larry.
No idea that, and no offense to Tony Gonzalez, love Tony Gonzalez too, but no idea that he was number 2.
Well, when you play for 25 years, I guess you get a shot at it.
I know, but you would have thought
I like Brady.
you would have thought it was some great wide receiver out there, the Chris Carters of the world
Yeah.
or something like that, and it isn't. So
So
right now, second among active players behind Fitzgerald is Witten with 1166, and then if you count him, Antonio Brown, he might be done, and
You
then
still have to count him, though.
Julio Jones at 721.
Wow.
So that gives you an idea of just how many catches and how long Fitzgerald's been playing at a high level with amazingly crappy quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, picture the stats that Fitzgerald has if he has quarterbacks like, Montana and Rice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even just decent quarterbacks.
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald,
Patrick.
he should throw to himself and run out and catch
He
it.
can.
Imagine if he had Fitzpatrick, it'd be Fitzy to Fitzy.
I'm sorry, but this isn't Larry Fitzgerald love time. This is
Sorry, I love Larry.
Green Bay came out, played a great game against the Eagles, and Dallas, shit the bed against the Saints and a much lesser quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. I think that the loss of Devontae Adams, if the turf toe keeps him out, is a huge issue. And their running back situation is up in.
It's been up in the air since Rodgers joined the team.
Yeah, but the Barnett late hit to the head, let me come rushing in there and just exactly what we want to get out of the NFL. Let me do it on prime time TV. But I do like, perhaps this is just latent Cowboy hate coming out, but I like the Packers to win this one.
I'm taking Dallas. I just think they're the overall better team, all around, offense, defense, special teams. They could lose. I'm just taking Dallas.
I like the Pack on this one. I think Dallas, they're kind of slowing down. I think their best 3 games were their first 3 games because they were playing the cream of the crop, if you inverted the list. I think the Pack's going to be tougher, longer, faster.
That's
and
a coin
meaner.
toss here. It's a coin toss game.
It's a close game. It might be the best game of the week, to be perfectly frank. I mean,
Focus on
It could be, Frank.
Rams Seahawks might be a better game. I mean, what else you got on the? It's not a great slate,
No, this is a crappy week.
right? So
Rams Hawks.
yeah, Green Packers, Cowboys, Rams, Hawks. Those are your two best games, except for maybe
Maybe the Monday
Colts
night game.
at Chiefs, which is not a bad game. If Kenny Galladay makes a tackle, the Chiefs lose that game. So
Yep.
what's his name? Breland comes up with the ball, and it seemed like that play was going on for about 14 minutes.
That was a bogus return for a touchdown.
Am
I'm
I wrong
sorry.
on that?
No. They were squirming. Everyone was down and touching it. And then this guy 3 minutes later pulls it out and runs it back.
Right, and he does that thing.
Horrible.
He does that thing that you see all the time, where the defender starts running and is almost like looking back at the ref, like, "You gonna blow the whistle, or do
Yeah.
I actually have to run this?" But Galladay sort of like half-assed it, and then like did one of these. Like he hit him with his arm as he went by, but it was kind of like, "Yeah, you're just doing that stupid
It's blown
defensive
dead.
thing." Right,
That's probably what he's thinking.
and then he did the like,
Because it should have been.
"What?"
I
So in a lot of ways, the Chiefs got given that game.
think they were given the game.
But you can't take away after that. You can't take away what Mahomes did at the end of that.
You
Making
still have
plays.
to come back.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. The Colts are a much better team than I expected them to be with Brissett. I knew their defense was going to be good. I knew Mack was going to be able to run the ball. This is a much closer game than I would have thought. But I do think the Chiefs at home, with the veteran leadership of Kelsey and McCoy, and with the respect that they obviously have for Mahomes, they're going to get it together a little bit on offense. I'm taking the Chiefs.
I think they make up for it big time here. I don't think this is close at all. I think the Chiefs really played a horrible game, were given the game on Sunday. The Colts, I'm just not feeling it with Brissett. They were supposed to be a Super Bowl contender with luck. Brissett, I don't think they're any worse with Brissett so far. Not any worse. But now you lose your tight end, Hawkinson, who's a big outlet for them. I think Kansas City rolls.
KC by 21.
Okay.
2-1.
That was quick.
Yes.
Brown-
Well, I mean, it's just going to be that easy for them to beat Detroit.
This could be a game of the week.
Yeah,
I love this Monday night matchup.
It's actually a more exciting game than you would have
Colts, I should
thought.
say.
You forget that the 49ers are 3-0. I mean, they're coming off a bye, and they've quietly gone 3-0 on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns got it together last week. Baker Mayfield went nuts. Landry went nuts. Chubb,
went nuts.
they are not chubless.
That's true.
They have their chubby.
They got
got
more
that
than one Chubb in the league.
Odell was out there like punching out with people again. He's having a little. His frustration is starting to show. But I actually like San Francisco in this game. I think they're coming off a long week. They're at home. They've had time to plan for this, and they're a better team than people realize. So I'm taking San Francisco.
Me too. The 49ers were off last week, so they're rested. The Browns are coming to the West Coast, which is it's not as far as coming from the East Coast, from Cleveland, but still, the 49ers are playing tough football. They can run, they can throw. I think they're even teams. I'm just giving the home team the advantage.
Exactly.
Jimmy Garoppolo, I can't tell the two apart, but Jimmy cannot throw the football the way Jimmy can. We all know where Jimmy came from and where he cut his teeth. He's a great quarterback, but he's not broken, and he's looking good.
He's broken
So
a lot.
I think he's going to smush the Browns. You're going to see why they call them the Browns. Okay.
All right, so that's week
That was electric football in all its glory.
worth
Zits it
watching
all,
this
baby.
week. Goodbye.